English translation 308th contact. Monday 13th August 2001, 11:14 hours.
Be greeted, my friend. You call me early.
I also offer you my greetings. Yes, I am early, but it urges me to discuss unpleasant things with you.
That is what I was afraid of after hearing so many things and coming here so early. So I think I already know what it is about. You said yesterday that you were still working on the monitoring equipment.
Right. The behavior of Brunhilde yesterday has to be objected to, unfortunately. Her statements, which she made as a result of your absence and concerning my person, caused me to come. What Brunhilde said was not only very unseemly, unjust, and loutish, but unwise, without complaint, and impertinent to my person. In relation to me, she is still in her developing years, but nevertheless she has the audacity to reproach me and to believe that I must orient myself according to her desire. In accordance with her objectionable behavior and her hateful statements, it gives me the impression that she is probably mistaken in assuming that only her person is important and that I should behave and act according to her and her wishes. But this cannot and will not be the case, because your cooperation with me and all others who are involved in our contacts is much more important than any translation work of the writings and books, etc., which is not your job anyway, even if you keep making yourself available for it, but that is your decision and should not be a reproach. But if Brunhilde is of the wrong opinion that you and I should be on the spot according to her desire and act according to her will and according to her opinion and view, then she is very wrong. For my part, I can very well decide what work, etc., must be assigned to importance and what not. And the maintenance of our contacts is of great importance, whereby the Russian translation work is of secondary importance, because in the Russian-speaking countries practically no preparatory work was done yet in relation to the spiritual teaching and your mission. Brunhilde therefore assumes that the preconditions are completely wrong when she thinks that this translation work is so important. But even such false thoughts entitle her in no wise to such boorish and self-serving statements, and to the erroneous view as she let it be known yesterday. It shall be her duty to think about it in order to recognize her mistake, and not to commit it again in the future. You are to tell her this, for which purpose I will also transmit it to you immediately after our conversation, when I am back in my flying apparatus, so that you can write it down and hand it to her.
I will do that, of course. Regrettable, the matter.
Unfortunately, this is not all that unfortunate, because as I have taken from the monitoring apparatus, for months now, unpleasant conversations and complaints have been coming together, which refer to the work of Silvano, which he does not do, because he does not make reasonable efforts to do so. As I know from previous inspections, a group decision was taken to reduce his salary in accordance with how he neglects his assigned and certain work. This should be reassessed at the next core group meeting, and the decided or new to be decided should be put into action. My advice is that a weekly work completion list should be prepared for him, which he has to follow, which should be entered in the workbook determined by you and further monitored by the board or the president. His absences during working hours, when he has to attend to external matters for the association, should also be monitored in the future, because he also uses the absences for private purposes, for which he is not remunerated. From now on, everything shall be monitored so that everything is correct with regard to his remuneration and work as well as with regard to his leisure time. This shall apply from the next core group general meeting on the 1st of September. If there are trips in connection with you, then this must also be entered correctly in the workbook, also with regard to the shopping trips, which of course have to be done. These are the complaints and things I had to put forward.
That is enough again.
Then I want to go now again, in order to still convey everything to you. Goodbye, dear friend. I feel sorry that I had to discuss these unpleasant things with you.
All right, I will digest it. Bye, Salome, and goodbye, my friend. Take care.